Magic at 999 here. B-A-B. Yo. I had to address this, man. I know it's been a little while since it happened. Okay. But,
Orders has been counting stars,
I
operator.
have to
All
say
accounted for.
something about this because I'm not famous or anything, but I've had back and forth with DE for a couple of years now on a lot of the crap that they've been pulling, you know. But this really just takes the cake and carries it away. This is a carrier nerf, and it is a nerf. The carrier nerf, the vacuum changes in the vacuum where they turn. Well, supposedly now you can use this useless mod on any of the sentinels, right? But with carrier prime at the same time, instead of leaving carrier prime alone, because that is carrier prime's main function, vacuum, they nerfed the distance on which it can vacuum down to a effective 6 meters, which is basically saying vacuum is dead, basically. And this is just some ridiculous shit. I haven't even looked at it yet because I've kind of been
Excellent
cutting
armaments,
back on my
operator. Please return covered in blood.
ammo
Safe
case.
and sound.
Been kind of cutting down on my gameplay ever since they nerfed Trinity when they couldn't keep their hands off of Trinity. Not that she was my favorite player or anything, but just the fact that they went there, that they just couldn't help themselves. And I got a feeling everything good is going to get nerfed in this game, man. And I read that they didn't really even have a good reason for it. They just like, Carrier Prime is too good. Carrier Prime is too good, so it's time to just nerf it. Man, fuck it. Just nerf it. Another thing was, which turned me off, was when they came out with that fairy frame. That fairy frame. Actually, I had the fairy frame. Titania, see? She's 12. Level 12. But yeah, I haven't seen anything impressive about her yet. So, it's kind of, last time I was playing, it's kind of playing around with Titania because I like to get the new frames and then build them all the way up, and then usually I throw them away and go back to Loki. Not throw them away, I keep everything, but I'm saying I just stop using them, right? And go back to Loki. Because Loki is my favorite Warframe. But the Titania thing is like, the hell did you get the idea for this frame? Or, I know where they got the idea from, but I mean, why would you actually implement this in a game called Warframe? It's not called dress frame. What the hell is this shit? Do you see people going, on the battlefield in real life wearing pink leotards, lip gloss and shit, fingernail polish, Shit. That's a kind of goddamn fairy frame. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Who was that? Who was that a kiss to? That was a kiss to somebody. What's that, Reagan or Megan? I mean, Rebecca or Megan or whoever came up with the idea. Come on now. Please, there was a lot of other ideas that was already on the table that were better than that. But back to this carrier prime crap. Yet another nerf. And this is a big nerf. Players, even the most whitest, shining, blinding white light of the whitest white knights are complaining about this nerf. Only people that's not complaining about it are the people who were happy without vacuum. The other 99.9% of people are complaining about it. They do not like it. And matter of fact, from what I have been seeing ever since the Phydroid nerf was not a balance, there was a fucking nerf. Ever since the Phydroid nerf, I've seen more and more people dissatisfied and not defending these actions in their aggressive nerf program. Okay? DE needs to come up with another way to quote unquote balance their game. This doesn't have anything to do with balance anyway. Making people run around and pick up individual items is not balancing the game. It has nothing to do with balancing the game. It's a quality of life change. That's all. And you are, when you reduce quality of life, you make the game frustrating. It has nothing to do with game balance. It doesn't balance a damn thing. Balance is only to do with the competitive part of the game. Okay? And this is not a competitive part of the game. It's a passive activity. If you ask me, we shouldn't even have to depend on carrier prime in the first place. A lot of people are saying that. They're saying it should have just been a passive skill. Or not even a skill, just an attribute, a passive attribute. Why should we worry about picking up every little piece of crap that falls on the ground? Have to run, over here 50 meters. And the range is so small that you have to run, it's right specifically on top of it, and you can't be above it. You have to get down to where it is and run right over the top of it. That is why we asked for vacuum. And this is another point of where DE is showing us that they don't give a shit about what we want and about the things that we ask for that they give us in response to our requests, our complaints, and our suggestions and feedback. Because Carrier Prime did not come out their ass. They did not just come up with that idea. The community came up with the idea. The community asked them for not specifically Carrier, but like he's saying Carrier Prime, but Carrier, period. The community asked DE for this, to be able to pick up their items and not have to think about picking up items for the vacuum function. Like Ratchet and Clank. Once he gets that power to pick up all the bolts around him, right? It's a much better game when you get to that point. It's tedious and it's not fun to go around picking up every little piece of garbage, right? So this way back in U9 that we were asking DE, said, can you do something about this? Because we are tired of running around picking up every little piece of crap, right? So around U13, they introduced Carrier, and we were like, yes, thank you. Now they've given us something that we asked for, and we told them it would make the game better for us, and now they want to take it away. But it's even more of a smack in the face because they want to leave it there, but to actually nerf the function back so bad that it's not even useful. So you sitting up there thinking that you got some kind of attribute that you don't have, okay? Some people will probably show you some videos of them running around and it's picking up. It picks up. They halved the range of the pickup, and if that pickup is above or beneath you, you don't get it anymore. Okay, so it's been nerfed. It is not effective. A lot of people are saying they still have to run over it, just like they never had. Just like they never, especially if they're not using carrier. I think the distance is 4 meters without carrier. So that's basically, you basically have to go up and run over it. It's just a waste of a slot, basically. And this is the kind of bullshit DE does all the time with their little nerfs. But people are just starting to become aware of the game that's being played. Okay? I really needed to. I'd like to look at, I would like to see how they're doing financially. I didn't do that. I wanted to do that for this video, but maybe for another video, I'll look into their finances because it might have a lot to do with that. You know, the stock went down, or they lost money somehow. I don't know, and now so they have to come up with a way to squeeze more money out of people. You know, but who knows what's going on in the DE's office? You know, it's just become an automatic thing to just give people something, and as soon as everybody likes it, to take it away. And I don't think that that's helping the game any. And in this particular sense, it's not helping the game balance in any way. So I just wanted to talk on that. You guys, whatever, you tell me what you think about the situation. You know, it's not making me want to play, honestly. I want to even take more time off because carrier. Once I got carrier, I never really used any of the other sentinels except for to test them out. So this just pretty much kills me right here. So that's why I'm even saying anything about it. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and peace in your hood. Got on this little piece of information here. Not so much to do with carrier per se, but with how DE responds to criticism. Okay, this has a lot to do with how they got to the point where they're nerfing carrier or Hydroid or Trinity, or any of the thousands of nerfs that they've been nerfing. This is how they respond to criticism. Okay, this is a person who on their website criticizing, and this is back in July, so this is before the carrier nerf happened. So they had, there's other issues that they were talking about. Okay, let's see if I can get through this with a decent speed. You have reached critical mass. You have made your game into a mess of mechanics that do not work well together because you failed to test them. The game has been extremely grindy due to the overabundance of materials and prime parts. Your difficulty increases are artificial at best. Level adds health, armor, damage resistance, and damage. Artificial difficulty increases are lazy. Sorties are no longer fun because of the fact that you have to kill level 100 enemies to get rewarded with 25 fusion cores at 90% of the time. Players, over-reliance. My emphasis was wrong. Players' over-reliance on Draco makes running anything else annoying. The lack of creativity in design has started to show quite obviously. You promised the same content in U19 back in U16, and it has yet to show up. You nerf everything because one person whines that it's too hard. kind of disagree with that. They nerf everything for the opposite reason, because people whine that it's too easy. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. Your lack of apparent attention to your community is obvious. Prime parts from derelicts are non-existent. The Narrow is a joke. It's just as bad as when they added Sparrow Racing to Destiny. It's an obvious allusion to a lack of ideas. Everybody says the Narrow is a joke. You reward laziness and cheese. There are no rewards for those who challenge themselves. Therefore, there is no reason to challenge yourself, which in turn turns the game into a repetitive mess. You don't punish the bad players that make the game annoying. Barrow is a joke with terrible items on a weekly basis. Mastery rank has completely lost its meaning because nothing is rank locked anymore. Archwing is boring. There is still not even a good set of mods for it. Is any of that a personal insult? It sounds like everything here is a criticism of the game. There's nothing personal in this that I see. Okay? As someone who started playing this game back in U6 and a founder, I am sorry to say that this game has become bloated and has started to fall apart at the seams. It seems that once it became more mainstream and more content started to release, the attention to continuity and polish started to go away. For example, explosions still do not scale properly because you can still take 5k, 5,000 damage from a bombard rocket that actually you mean to say hit a wall 30 feet away because it is a level 130 feet reduces the damage by 100 rather than the 4,000 that it should. I am sad to see this game go downhill so hard, but it has come to the point where all critical decision needs to be made. Will you continue to make a game that's stitched together like a quilt made from 100s of random materials? Or will you take a step back and focus on fixing the issues that have presented themselves? I am at my wit's end because of the lack of commitment to the originality that you had started with. 61 agreed. 61 agreed to it. Okay. 61 people agreed. That's practically almost everybody in the post agreed to him, except for a few people that are actually made posts in here. So let's go to the last post. Okay. And the dissenters are not getting much. They're not getting much posts here. Alright. Except for 22 people that wanted to kiss the ass of the moderator. Alright. So, this is what the moderator says. If you can find a way to remove the rude and bashing tone out of your original post, feel free to repost. I feel like you have some valuable feedback, but it's all about how you present it. Can we, wait a minute. I'm not going to go back and read everything again, but let me, just in my head, let me see. Let's see. Yeah, I looked at it. Oh, okay, here's a little, let me look at it. I don't see anything rude and bashing the Clinton. This is just some more of the Warframe control bullshit. They saw that he was getting a lot of likes. He had, 63 likes so far. And I think this is all the same day, I believe. Let's go back to we don't have to go back to, somebody quoted him. 7-2. So in one day, he had 63 likes. Okay? We don't know if that was 24 hours or not. I'm not looking at the time. The Clinton decides to shut it down and call his post rude and bashing. There's nothing rude in bashing. And tone. When you say tone, that means that the person was like cussing, calling names. This person was not doing that. This is just a bullshit reason to shut up any opposition to the crap that Warframe DE is pulling. They are trying to control opinion. They're trying to manipulate opinion. That's all that is. And this is the kind of bullshit that goes on. If when you manipulate opinion, you can never improve. That's showing that you're not listening. You don't want to listen to opinion. And this is a lie. There's nothing rude and bashing about that post. It's just a critique of DE and the game. That's all it is. Nothing rude about it. But these moderators, goderators, I guess they've been told by the DE devs to go in there and use your power to suppress any opinions that criticize their actions and anything in the game. Shut down criticisms. It's like a Nazi war camp up in there, okay? And this is what's contributing, and this is the whole attitude of DE that contributes to the decisions that they make that is fucking up Warframe, okay? So I just wanted to point that out, show that to you guys, show it to you guys. This is what happens when you express your honest criticisms to DE. They shut you down. Next thing they'll do is ban. They'll probably ban me because I exposed this, even though this is freely available to look at. But they'll come up with a reason. But I don't give a shit. Fuck it. Fuck them. All right. Like George Carlin say, fuck them. If that's the cost of me having to be able to express my opinion, fuck them. Peace. Again, I say, because I was going to end the video earlier, but I added this on, so now I say peace in your hood.